here has ever developed a roll of film? You guys, I am doing some clearing and cleaning, and I came across like all of these pictures. So we're going to do a little show and tell because it's going to be fun and you guys get to see a little bit more of my life. These are like 20 to like 23 years ago when like my life's always been a fairy tale, and it still is. Like I live by the beach and I get to do the most amazing things in the whole world. But that is me with Kisu, a mountain lion. This is me with Keikaimalu, the wolfen. I'm going to show you another picture of her in a little bit. This is Luna, the red ruff lemur. I think there's another picture of us. Okay, there's quite a few pictures in here. I'm going to save that one for later. Oh my God, there's so many pictures, you guys. This is me and Clarence, the Galapagos tortoise. This is Michelle and I. She's a white-faced capuchin monkey. This is me and Hudson, the beaver. This is George and I, the Finnick fox. I think there's a picture of George and I where he used to go on my shoulder. Look at that. Kissing a giraffe. Look how cute Kisu is. Oh my God, that face. This is Shaba, the serval. Like, look how cute she is. This is Malay. Simon, we got to raise her as a baby. She's so strong. Oh my God. This is Hudson giving me kisses. All wet. This is Julieta, the emu. This is George on my shoulder, the Finnick fox. This is me and Hudson again, the beaver. This is me with a great horned owl on her hand. Can you see? This is the bird that changed me. This bird changed my relationship with birds. Like, I didn't like birds before, and she made me fall in love with them. This is me and Michelle again. This is me and Kisu again. Like, who gets to say that they get to be cheek to cheek with an orangutan? Hello. This is me and Poliahu at Sea Life Park. This is me and Julieta. Obviously, you can tell my love for animals and how blessed am I that I got to work with all. I mean, this isn't even like all of them. This is just a handful. This is Happy, the North American alligator, who is still alive and is gigantic. And yeah, that's me holding a porcupine for sure. This is Chewy, the Quadamundi. Okay, how many more? Fun fact about me and Clarence, I got to take him on the Jay Leno show, all 550 pounds. We trained him to go into a trailer. This is me and Maui. Okay, and then this is me and Luna, the red ruff lemur. Oh my gosh, okay, I'm gonna end there. I have some more, but okay, did I show you the fattest, cutest pregnant dolphin? Look at those rolls. That's Laka. So, this is the picture. This is me riding Keikaimalu, which is, like, we were BFFs. Like, this animal changed my life. She's a world famous wolfen. She just transitioned last year. She's super special. So she's a hybrid of a whale and a dolphin. Nobody ever knew that was a thing. I didn't know it was a thing until I met her. But this is super important because when I was a little girl, I always knew I would work with whales and dolphins. And I didn't know how psychic I was as a kid. I was like literally tapping into future versions of myself. Like, these moments I saw when I was a little girl. I knew I was going to be having intimate relationships with whales and dolphins, and I would try to comprehend like a whale and a dolphin as one. I had no idea that I would be working with a wolfen. This is the animal, like one of my best teachers who I had my first telepathic communication with that I can recall. I will never forget that experience. I thought I was crazy. I couldn't tell anybody. I was like having existential crisis at this time. Like, I ended up giving myself cancer because I was having like so many things were happening all at once. She changed my life. She changed my life. Her presence is still, I feel her often. She still teaches me. And now I get to, like, my life has been a fairy tale. I live by the beach, and now I take people to the whales and dolphins where I get to communicate with them telepathically in the wild. I bring people to them. And I always knew since I was a little girl that I would work with whales and dolphins and then I would help people. And I get to do that in the most fun way. But my entire life, like, you know, has been, like everybody's life, has been this really crazy path and journey. And when I got cancer, that changed me. I didn't have a relationship, like a religious upbringing. And so I remember saying that night after I got the diagnosis, like, God, if you exist, I want to have a conversation with you. And the next day, I'm not even kidding you, my roommate said, hey, do you want this book? Somebody gave it to me and I'm not going to read it. And it was Conversations with God by Neil Donald Walsh, which changed my life. And the premise of the book is that your thoughts create your reality. And while that was like a huge thing, like, whoa, what do you mean? That meant that my thoughts created cancer, that I could create wellness. And that's when I was like, okay, I really want to understand this intuition thing. Like, I've been having, you know, like things had happened where I knew my intuition was real and that it was helping me, but I wasn't reliably listening to it. And I was not clear, like discerning it. What was my intuition? What was, you know, influence from other thought forms and beliefs and things like that. And so I just dove in. I was like, okay, I want to understand the nature of reality. And I have since the last 20 some years have been studying and learning, and I'm talking thousands of books and workshops later, where that's why I do these videos, so I can impart this to you guys, because even though I help people one-on-one and I do some groups, it's like I have so many people in my circle and people that I love and care about that I would more than anything want to help them. So that's why I'm doing these videos for you guys and the group, the 30-day challenge. So let's get back to the film. All right. So I want to take this on a macro level and I want to take it on a micro level. And I want you to walk away from that story, that show and tell, that experience, that you are planted with seeds of desire in your heart, of your calling, of your unique calling. And there's a reason. And so I want you to honor that, because every day we have, like, our heart has wisdom and guidance for us all the time, nonstop, always available to us. We have to check in and ask. We're the ones, like, everything there is available, but there's non-interference. So it's not like, you know, our helpers, our guides, our angels, our higher self can't, we have free will. They can't intervene unless it's to keep us safe. Because sometimes they have to do that. We almost kill ourselves often, but they can't impose upon us. They can't like do things for us. All right. So you have to be willing to act on those desires, because that's guiding you. That's what's giving you the next step, the next step, the next step. You're not going to get the whole staircase. You're not going to get the whole plan, the whole GPS directions, because first of all, you wouldn't remember them every turn by turn. And then things happen as things are unfolding. The bridge could go out and you need to be rerouted. So that's why you're given what it is that you're ready for by what you're taking action on. So as you act on your heart's desires, you get to have more and more. I'm going to take a drink of tea. Excuse me. Go with the flow. Okay, so macro, when it comes to film, the macro perspective is if you can imagine and use the analogy that your consciousness is a light going through a movie projector, and there are infinite film strips where everything is happening simultaneously and all probabilities and possibilities already exist now. That's the quantum level, right? Like, it's all happening simultaneously, and based upon your consciousness, you're shifting billions of times per second, which allows you to feel the sense of continuity, which is like a film strip. As you watch the movie, you don't see the separation in the film frames. You don't see the individual frames. You see a continuity of like a stream of continuity that's like flawless. Same thing that's happening with your consciousness. That's what you're focused on, is the projection that you're experiencing in your like holographic movie that you're in by your consciousness. So let's go to the micro level. Imagine that you have a 35 millimeter roll of film. Okay. And what you impress upon it gets expressed. That is the tangible, like that's the picture that comes, that you get to touch and taste and smell and hear if you want to. It's the physical, tangible result of that. In order for you to get the clear, crystal clear picture that's focused, the right lighting, like when it goes into the dark room, it's completely dark, it's not exposed, the chemicals, the development, like all of that is done exactly. That is the same analogy that I want you to think about, why it's so important for you to be, to your best ability, a master of your thoughts and your feelings. Because when you impress something with your focus, so that you have an image or a scene of your desire or whatever you're focused on, and you have emotions behind it, that impresses the frame the field, and then it comes back to you with the expression. When you impress a very clear picture with a clear signal, impressing the feeling, it's already done. It's a true reality now that you are experiencing in your imagination as if it's already done and it's real now. That is the clearest signal that you can send the field, that then has to reflect back to you that reality. But if you think about your desire and you impress upon doubts and worries and limiting beliefs and hesitation and skepticism, that's what gets impressed. That has to be expressed back to you. So more reasons for you to feel doubtful, worried, fearful, scared, hesitant, skeptical, whatever it is, right? So you'll get more beliefs, more experiences in your reality that just keep perpetuating that and reflecting that back to you. So in order for you, and the other, you could also look at it as like you have a desire and you distort it with your incongruent signal. You expose it with your doubt. You ruin it with your fears, right? So that's the importance of how, like, if you could just take that analogy and allow yourself to really protect your desires, the frames that you're focusing on, and allow them to be supported and nurtured by your belief, your conviction, your faith, and your knowing, like, you've got this. You have got this. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys loved the show and tell, and I hope you enjoy the analogies. I love serving you guys. I love hearing all of the amazing, miraculous, and magical things that you're sharing in the group. So thank you. And those of you that aren't in the group, I'd love to have you. Or if you need anything, please reach out. Okay? I love you guys so much.